Hello, we are going to practice 1-point perspective. 1-point perspective is where objects disappear to 1 point. So to make this work, you are going to draw all of these shapes going to that red point there. So I'm going to show you, and then you will do it on your own. So the lightning bolt, that one corner went there. This next line or corner is going to go there. And then all the lines that you see that are going towards that point, you will draw a line for. And last but not least, this one up top. This is probably one of the most complicated ones. Now, I have all of my lines here. I do not need to keep them. Some can be my guidelines. So I'm gonna erase that one there that goes through the lightning bolt. And if I really wanted to, well, you're not gonna see that one either because that one disappears behind this solid line here. So if I wanted to, I'm gonna make a parallel line to here. So I'm gonna line up to the edge of my lightning bolt and draw a parallel line. And then I'm gonna do the same distance from the other side. So line up to that line again to make a parallel line, and then draw my line. And then I can erase these guidelines here. You can also keep them. It does not matter for this worksheet for practice. For your project, it depends on what you're gonna draw, if you're gonna be able to keep your guidelines there or not. So I'm gonna continue to do that for all of the edges that work to my guideline. None of the other edges work for that triangle, so I can either have it disappearing to that point, or like I said, I can figure out what size I want to have it. So now it's vanishing to that point. The circle's a little tricky as well, so I'm gonna find the edge of it, draw my line, and if you don't want to, you don't have to draw the line all the way to the guideline. I'm looking so that they're roughly the same way. And this one, to draw a parallel line, it needs to be curved. There you go. I'm not drawing my lines through my shapes, or if they would go behind another line, I'm not gonna draw them through there. I'm just gonna pretend it's going behind there already. Can't do that one, can't do that one. That one will line right up into there. So this one's a little tricky. I'm still gonna keep my parallel line and line it up there. You don't see this side because this line, when I try to draw it to my vanishing point, goes through the shape. You want to make sure you're lining up those points as best as possible to make it as precise as possible. Just a reminder, for shapes like this, you're gonna have to freehand the parallel line, and it's gonna have to curve the way that shape curves. Don't forget to write your name, your team, and your teacher on this sheet, and then turn it in for me to grade. Have fun.